Hi guys, today I want to bring you back to a point where I was working in a corporate job. We were working at a wellness corporate company, and I was on a pilot project. I was on a team of individuals that was supporting people in trying to lose a large amount of weight. And by large, we defined it as 30 pounds or more. And what we really looked at, amongst the expertise, the people who've been studying it, working with it, had success with people, maybe they had a degree or something like that in supporting nutrition habits. We even consulted with some of the mental health professionals. We looked at we brought all the resources we could to support people. And we really were able to boil it down to two aspects where it came to eating. It was the what you're eating, and there was the how and why you're eating. So it was the eating behaviors and the feeding behaviors, if that makes sense. And the distinction, basically, it's what you're eating and what's everything that centers on you. What's around it? What are the lifestyle, the social aspects? What are the motivations? What are the habits? Everything around it. And it was easy to start to push people in the direction of how to eat. Or I should say, what to eat, right? I think that most people know already what they should be eating. Most people, I think if you polled people on the street, they said that probably should be having more vegetables. I probably should have less of these sweets, these packaged foods. I think that most people intuitively know that, or at least heard it enough times that they have an idea. And the challenge is how do I take this stuff that I know I need to do and put it into action? How do I get myself to eat in the way that I know I want to eat? And once we really help to educate people in the what they should be eating, we talked about the how and the why. What are the motivating behaviors? What are the things that are creating the situation that are making you eat a certain way now, and how do we line that up to what you should be eating? And a lot of times there is sort of the stress aspect, there's the emotional aspect, there's different types of hunger that we've talked about. But we talked about habits and the habit loops. People almost are used to eating a certain way, so we had to work on it. And I find this one of the most fascinating aspects of coaching, because this is really where the art comes into play. The science is like the what, right? And the art is like the how and the why. And I think when you bring those two things together, you have success with people. And this is why I say, okay, you need to be in a calorie deficit. You probably should get a little bit more protein. You probably should get a little bit more water. Let's improve your sleep. Let's get more steps in here. Let's get a physical activity, like 3 to 5 hours a week, right? We know the what. It's about the how and the why. How do we get ourselves to exercise more? Maybe if we're trying to get steps, we're using a watch, we're using an activity tracker, because just maybe being aware of it and having your friends check up on it and the rings popping off and all that stuff, maybe that's enough, right? And then in terms of hydration, maybe it's having a water bottle that is marked off with different times of the day. We have to find what really works for you. The how and the why is pretty much, although there's science behind it, it is finding, it's just trial and error. It's getting you to where you need to be by testing things out. And you will get there. And we will talk more and more about the feeding behaviors. And I want to support you guys in making the changes. And look out for some more of these types of videos on this topic. But I think it's suffice to say is that I think most of us know what we should be eating. We have to find the plan in terms of how and why we're currently eating the way we are now, and how can we take that why and put it in the direction of what we should be doing. So for today, that's the story of how we developed a large-scale fat loss program.